I wish people would stop acting so shocked every time AOC does something to support Israel, whether it's directly or indirectly. I'm sick and tired of the nonsense. I'm sick and tired of people acting all surprised, acting all shocked. Oh, how could she do this? This is a huge betrayal. Is it really a betrayal? To betray your values, you would have to have held them to begin with. And AOC, like every fucking liberal, has no values. AOC is a fascist opportunist who sees everything as an opportunity to advance herself. She wants to be the next AOC. Sorry, the next Nancy Pelosi. I'm full of rage right now, so I may screw up at points in this rant. AOC hates her own base. She insults them by claiming that she's voting to keep the defensive weapons to protect Israel. What the fuck are you talking about? Or her gaslighting her people, claiming that they think Marjorie Taylor Greene cares about Palestinians. She doesn't give a fuck about Palestinians. In fact, her proposing the bill of defunding Israel was opportunist at best to win points with those who support Palestinians. And you know what AOC does? She makes that psychopathic bitch look good by comparison. She makes her look like she has the high ground. You see how fucking evil that is? How fucked up that is? When someone as evil as Marjorie Taylor Greene looks like the hero compared to AOC, do you see how fucked up that is? Regardless if she intended it or not, AOC should have voted for it anyway. It doesn't matter if it would fail, it would make a statement. Every single chance she could prove that she has principles, that she stands for something, she folded. She didn't force the vote. She didn't do that. She did nothing that would have shown anyone that she stands for something. AOC treats her base and her supporters like they're dumb. Like, they're not going to freaking remember every fucking thing she's done. I wouldn't be surprised if this woman, she wants to run for president someday. And she wants to keep nice with the Democratic Party. She wants to be the millennial Nancy Pelosi. And her supporters are, some of the shit they say is vile. It makes me fucking angry and makes me sick to my stomach. Anyone that is for the cause of justice, that generally supports the rights for Palestinians, there is no compromise under any circumstances. AOC should be treated as every other fascist collaborator, because every move that she has done in her political career so far has shown her to be no different than your most deranged Republican. She's no different. And I'll say this to any reactionary that watches this: you're no different from AOC, actually. And that's the one thing that right-wingers do not get. The liberals that you hate and you are not much different. You agree on more things than you disagree. Everything that you disagree on is minor. And AOC supporters say she's playing the long game. The long game. The long game. It goes to show you, when they say shit like that, they don't see Palestinians as people. They don't see their lives as valuable. They don't see the lives of people in the third world. They see them as disposable. And you know what? That isn't surprising to me either. For those of you who genuinely care, who are, I'm not even talking to communists here, or anarchists, or even socialists. I'm talking about those who are just human, that do not want to see injustice continue. You have to be uncompromising. It doesn't matter what it will cost. To me, I'd rather stand alone, standing for justice, than standing with the people that are perpetrating a live-streamed genocide. Because history will look back at this era, assuming there's a human race, in 70 or 100 years, and disgust on how this was allowed to happen. Just like people look at the Holocaust in the 1930s and 40s. And they'll ask this question, how did this happen? How did it get to this point? Those photos of those children, those starving children, they will become pictures that will be one of the most iconic images of the 21st century. Just like that girl in Vietnam. And everyone knows what I'm talking about, in that Vietnam War photo of one of the most, if not the most iconic photo of the Vietnam War. This is the most documented genocide in history. And you want to talk about the long game, as if the lives of children do not matter. As we speak, as I'm recording this, as AOC virtual signals how much she cares about what's going on in Gaza, she doesn't give a fuck. She's as deranged as the freaking fascist that she freaking cozies with. She's deranged just like them. And you know what? So are you. The long game. What long game? The long game of, what is it exactly? How high do the bodies have to stack before enough is enough? And we all know when this is over, AOC will be like every other opportunist that claims she was always against the genocide, even though she was one of the biggest perpetrators of it. She's a murderer. She has the blood of tens of thousands of Palestinians on her hands. She's a vile and evil woman. And making up excuses for her continuing to perpetrate in the first live stream genocide is disgusting. Liberals, they care about their own comforts, and they would rather do things only as far as it won't inconvenience them too much. Those who truly are for justice, those who truly wish to see justice done, you have to take a stand. You have to risk something. AOC, it hasn't risked anything. And those that continue to put their own careers on the line for this cause, they actually are the ones I can respect, because at the very least, they're willing to pay a price. But AOC, she's not. She'll do anything and everything to be friendly with the Democrats. She lied about Kamala Harris working tirelessly for a ceasefire, even though that's a fucking joke. People like AOC is the reason why we have Trump. And people like AOC is going to be the reason why this fascist agenda 2025, it's going to continue. What the fuck do Democrats have to offer to everyday people? Every time we demand something, they punch down on us. AOC, maybe she needs to read up on her own history, what happens to collaborators of fascists. It doesn't end well for them. It doesn't. And since we're in a dying empire, does AOC not think she won't be one of the people that'll be purged and the equivalent of the Night of Long Knives? Does she honestly think she's going to be fucking spared? Of course, I'm not going to feel anything, because I think AOC will deserve it. AOC is a collaborator. And every single person that voted to continue the genocide in Gaza, they're all war criminals. Every one of them. Every one of them has blood on their hands. When AOC is voting with the same fascists who are deranged, who talk about Palestinians as not being fucking human, that there are no innocents in Gaza, she is as vile as they are. In fact, no, she's fucking worse. Because they don't give a fuck. They show openly they don't give a fuck. I can't wait to see Code P confront this bitch. And I'm fucking serious. She needs to be exposed. I am sick and tired of everyone acting all surprised when this lady does what she's always going to do. I hated AOC long before most people did. Because I knew from my experience with supporting Bernie Sanders in 2015 to mid-2016 that she would be the same. And time has proven me right. I'm not a cynic. I'm a realist. And you know what? AOC will support the Democratic campaign against that guy in New York. She'll support the sabotage of him as well. Because AOC is just like every other fucking fascist. She'll fight progressives more than she'll fight the Republicans. Because AOC isn't that much different ideologically from Trump. Yes, I'm going there. She is no different from Trump. And all you liberals who come in this comment section and seethe about, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's a clear difference. No, nothing of substance. Genocide is a red line for me. You don't think it's a red line because you actually don't give a fuck about starving children. There's images all over the internet that you could find of children that are malnourished. It is so fucking disgusting and soul crushing to see so many children who have known nothing but pain. If that doesn't fill you with righteous fury, you are a sociopath. History will vindicate people like me. History will vindicate me. And once the dust is settled, every person that stood for this genocide will be judged as a murderer, no different from Hitler. I don't see any difference between any of the Republicans and Democrats today to the Nazis. Because to me, every person that continues to support Israel is a Nazi. All of them. That includes AOC. I'm sorry for all you AOC stans. She's a Nazi. And you know what? If you support AOC right now, as she continues to support this genocide, you should be treated the same way as supporters of Adolf Hitler, a fucking fascist that should be fucking facing the wall. Fuck, death to fascism. Death to fascists, and death to every collaborator of fascists. Down with Zionism.